Hello, everybody. This is Catholic Dad, episode number 203. Somebody taught Donald Trump Catholic just war theory. And so, what the heck? Donald Trump's an Episcopalian, but here's the deal. Donald Trump's also married to Melania, who was, she was a Catholic that grew up in a protectorate of communist Russia, of Slovakia, I believe. And so, she's a real Catholic. If she maintained her Catholic identity through communistic rule, then she's like a super Catholic, and she's actually talked at the pro-life march and whatever else, and she strongly cares for the unborn, so I think she probably is a Catholic. The thing is, so last week, I don't know if you saw what happened, but there was a little conflict between Iran and America. You know, there was a bomb that was put on a Japanese oil tanker. Who knows who put it there, but like the neoconservative war movement within the American government was quick to point out that it was Iran and we need to retaliate. Somebody convinced Trump that you need to retaliate immediately. Here's the deal. So apparently Iran shot down an American drone over waters that were in question. Iran says, hey, it was within Iranian waters, and America says it was within international waters. Who the heck knows? But well, anyway, and then Iran said they didn't shoot down an American jet that they knew had 35 passengers on board. They actually refused to shoot that one, but they shot the drone because it didn't have any people on board. So Trump apparently hatched a plan through his military planners to retaliate on Iran, and it was a go. Essentially, all the pilots were getting ready; they were ready to go bomb, and then Trump said to somebody, "How many casualties should we expect?" And they said, about 150, Mr. President. And he said, cancel the plans. That's not proportional. And so he didn't want to attack Iran if there were going to be 150 dead people in retaliation for shooting down an American drone, because he said it's not a proportional response to what happened to America. That's Catholic just war theory, and he used the words. I think that's right out of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. So somebody's speaking to this guy and whispering in his ear. I don't know if it's Melania, but I doubt it, because she's really into kids and orphanages and all sorts of like taking care of the downtrodden, the unborn and like pregnant mothers. She's doing what first ladies do. But there's a man in the picture that Antonin Scalia's son, he's a traditional priest in Washington D.C., and he apparently has visited the White House numerous times. And I think he's a confidant of the President of the United States of America, and he's also had prayer meetings within the White House. And who knows if he's saying Mass in the White House or not, I don't know. But the fact that the President of the United States of America canceled the war plans like that, and then immediately tweeted it wasn't a proportional response, means somebody coached him on Catholic just war theory right out of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. And so I'm curious, I'm waiting for the day that the cameras are on the president when he doesn't even know it, and he puts his hand over his head and he does the sign of a cross, because he's starting to act a little bit more like a Catholic these days. He's acting like a virtuous monarch in some ways. Granted, he's in America with divided powers and checks and balances and so on and so forth, but he's a strong leader and he's trying to do what's right. I know that, and I'm just curious who's whispering to him. I suspect it's a priest, some sort of priest. Maybe Melania has him over for dinner every now and then. And so there you go. The president's trying to keep us out of Iranian war. And here's the deal, right? So Iran said we didn't shoot down an American plane that had 35 people on board because we knew that would have been a problem. And then America said, we didn't want to retaliate against our drone because we knew it would kill 150 people. And so secretly, both countries have said, we respect the citizens of your nation. Secretly, we don't want to kill your citizens. And I think that's the mark of a diplomacy, and that's where the beginning of diplomacy starts, that we're not going to harm your citizens. We just want to do what's right for our citizens. And so perhaps somebody needs to take a plane over to Tehran and or Reykjavik, or some neutral place, and have a talk with the Ayatollah or the president of Iran, whoever it may be, and actually have a conversation about what our interests are. That's called diplomacy. You should not get in a shooting war with that country. It makes no sense for anybody. It would destroy the Iranian people, and oh, by the way, it would like really bankrupt the American people. The only people that would win in that scenario are the military-industrial complex and the bankers. That's it, and it doesn't need to happen. Really, it doesn't need to happen at all. And so there you go. Somebody's teaching Donald Trump Catholic just war theory. I hope they continue, and I hope they're teaching him all sorts of other social theories. And the way he talks about pro-life, for sure, somebody's whispering in his ear. Unless, of course, honestly, Constantine was not necessarily the best dude on the planet until he got talked to by God. So maybe somebody other than a mortal man is talking to Donald Trump. I don't know. So well, anyway, this Catholic Dad, make you think about it. Please like or subscribe, share with your friends, get the Mass, and pray the Daily Rosary. God bless you all.